Hello and welcome to a little photography tutorial. Although today it's not very windy and the conditions are quite calm and nice, I want to show you today how you can change lenses in windy conditions, so in the weather so to say, and how to avoid any dust, sand or water getting onto your sensor. So for example, a few months ago I was in the desert and I hiked up this huge dune. It was very windy, and on top of the dune I realized, oh, I don't need the long lens, I need the wide lens. So I had to change lenses and also avoid all the sun getting onto the sensor. And let me just show you how you can do this. So how you can avoid your sensor being exposed to the elements too long. So what helps, or how I do it, I have a camera strap on the camera, and this makes this process much easier. But you can also put the camera onto the tripod. This should always also work, but if you have the strap on and you don't always need it, you can use those clips here from Peak Design, and I'll link those in the description below. So when the camera is on the tripod you can remove it, but in between, when I do the scouting, or as I now show you when I change lenses, I have the strap on, which makes it much easier. So I can leave the camera hanging around my neck and just prepare the new lens, the one I want to attach. And I just remove the cap, but not completely, so I just turn it. Then I have this lens sit in the backpack, facing downwards with the back side. And I can now leave it there. There will be no sand, water or anything going onto the back of the lens, which is important because once you put it on, the sand or whatever, the dust, will get from there onto the sensor. This is something you want to avoid. Next step is I press this button here, the release button, and I turn the lens, but I don't remove it yet. And that's why the strap is very helpful. So I can't just have it sitting there. I can now grab the other lens and the cap will fall off. Have it pointing downwards or away from the wind, go very close to the camera, and then I just switch it very quickly. Have this pointing downwards, get the cap and attach it, and I'm basically done. And if it's windy, if there's sand blowing through the air, or if you're at the coast, you can just shield the camera with your body. So if the wind's coming from there, I just go like this, lean a little bit forward, and can do the same process. And this way you can avoid having to clean your sensor all the time. It will just stay clean. I have this camera now for 3 years and I never had to clean the sensor. Just once I used the rocket blower to remove some dust, but it was very loose dust, so also nothing you could see very much in the photos. Otherwise, use this technique and keep your camera, your sensor clean.